So 2025 has finally came to an close, and all I'll have to say is wow, what a complete, fucking travesty of a year. As if it ain't more obvious we're living at the dark ages of gaming. This is like the time Europe had to deal with the Black Plague. That's the level we're currently in right now. Garbage games releasing left and right. Trash-consuming idiots who have no idea what good taste is praising them like the second coming of Christ. Like what happened with this hobby that I've once appointed to be the greatest way to entertain myself. I've been rolling with gaming since its inception. Sure, there were bad games in the past, but I've never seen it as many as in 2025. This year was a complete nightmare for real gamers such as myself with higher levels of thinking such as myself. You may think that 2026 would be even worse, however this year was so bad I actually believe 2026 will be surprisingly leagues better, evidence being the releases coming out in 2026, so yes, I'll crown this year to be the worst year for gaming in this decade. Plus I'll be exposing the worst this year had to offer. Just to start of the new year with pure greatness or end this year with pure greatness depending when I'll be releasing this video. Now if you're expecting hour-long explanation of each game I'll mentioned, no sorry loser, this isn't a fucking video essay. Get the fuck out of here with that bollocks. Each game will get a minute of screen time at most, which is more than enough time to open your third eye and see the truth behind the veil. Just for this I'll deserve at least 1 million subs, but YouTube just had to nerf me though the algorithm. So if you want to join my army, make a change in your uninteresting life and consider subscribing and make sure to donate through Super Chat. I'm planning to make a dono page soon, so keep an eye out of that. This channel is a holy domain, therefore be respectful. Don't be a freeloading bum and spend your finances on pure greatness, aka me. So without stalling this further, let's start this list, shall we? Starting off this list is the absolute garbage known as Dispatch, a literal generic superhero-themed text reading simulator. I never got the chance to expose this, so I'll do it quickly here. If you bought Dispatch, you're an idiot. For a reading simulator focused on story, Dispatch sure had some kindergarten levels of writing. The characters are all unlikable, people only care to fap to the females because they'll never get a real one. Just stating the obvious here, why was this so like? It's nothing but an worse version of Pajama Sam, just this time with edgy jokes and a copycat art style from Invincible. These characters look like DC concept projects and you morons consume the slop like the pigs you are. What a disgrace. You people disgust me on an extreme degree. Have some manners. Don't buy Dispatch. Football Manager 2026 is awful. Sega, just stop with this nonsense. Even as a massive football fanatic, this game ain't it. It's so bad it's offensive. Just play FIFA for a better experience. Enough said. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, Jack's trilogy. What a absolute disgrace. Jack's games were never good. Look at him with his smug ass face and his fancy suit thinking he's the man, when his games are as popular as the likes of Daniel Garcia. Trailer so bad Bubsy mugged Jax by parodying his own trailer. Brutal. Very brutal. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake is the sole definition of the term dead on arrival. Who the fuck buys these games? They have to be stupid as hell, that's for sure. Dragon Quest is for losers. Incels that lack critical thinking skills. I always disliked JRPGs, they're factually inferior to Western RPGs like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. This is a children's game made for weebs and nothing more. Gameplay so dated it's barely playable. Why even rework the worst games of the franchise? Which says a lot, cause Dragon Quest is horrible on its own. Pure nostalgia bait for losers, nothing more nothing less. Come on now, Assetto Corsa Rally. Did they give up on Neville this easily? This sucks to high heavens. It looks unfinished and the driving feels like you're driving a boat. Good thing no one cared about this either, only 598 players so far on Steam. Epic fail, I would say. Better luck next time. 505 games. Next up is one of the worst RPGs in recent years. The straight-up garbage, known as Octopath Traveler 0, another fake RPG for incels and fake gamers alike. What is with the self-pretentious games and always having the most laughable stories meant to be taken seriously? What's the deal here? I swear man, just like Dragon Quest, Octopath Traveler 0 is terrible. Straight up garbage. We're at 2025 and we still be getting 2D sprite 3D world pixelated games? An concept that has been outdated since the goddamn Ice Age. Good thing no one glazed this to Holland, and unlike in certain industry-planted RPG that will be mentioned soon, I can proudly say that sticking 5-inch nails inside your nutsack is a more enjoyable experience than playing this garbage all the way until the credits.
Next game please your highness.
Next up is the garbage known as Where Winds Meet. Now I don't have much to say about this game. To me this is way too generic. No sauce, nothing that stands out, which makes it too uninterested to even educate your bums in a telling manner. Don't buy it, that's my advice. Oh man, I just knew Toby Fox would pollute gaming again with this cancerous franchise. Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 is easily the worst RPG of this year. I don't know how Toby does it. When I thought this game couldn't get any worse, he keeps proving me wrong. Thank God 2026 won't be in ruins thanks to this fucking plague. We need to send every Deltarune dick suckers to an private island never to be found again. Keep these vermin away from society and take Toby Fox with them. At this point it's clear that this dog-fucking weeb is responsible for single-handedly ruining the RPG genre. And Deltarune fan won't know what a real RPG is. How these clowns don't even play games other than this pile of regurgitating slop. They don't deserve to be in my domain, my gaming headspace, and tarnish it with their god-awful taste. Fuck this woke Tumblr mockery of ARPG. Worst RPG ever for me easily. But it's not far off from the one that starts with NC. Toby, you have hell to pay, you soy drinking parasite. Now for one of the worst horror games this year, that goes to Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. Again, when it's Five Nights at Freddy's you should already know it's cringeworthy garbage. I don't even have to tell you idiots this obvious fact. Do I still have to explain what 1 + 1 is? Scott Cawthon and Toby Fox are two partners in crime. This game is so bad it should be illegal. Because you low IQ howling apes can't get over your hyperfixation on this mistake of a franchise, and it makes me sick. This is exactly why I advocate to ban these shoddy Let's Play channels from YouTube. So we that humanity can finally wake up and stop hyping garbage like FNF up. Stopping the brain rot that's rotting the youth. Gen Z, it's your fault for introducing Gen Alpha to this garbage. Anyone that likes FNF is not a real gamer but a parasitic trend-following moron who has no idea what good games are. I could go for hours exposing this, but fine. Let's move on. Fucking garbage game. Now much like FNF, Bendy is everything what's wrong with the horror genre. Bendy Lone Wolf is indescribably bad, easily sits next to Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic for being the worst game that fails to be scary. Good thing both games died out quickly despite them having a huge fan base of low IQ consumers. So see the horrors for yourself. I can't watch this photo without wanting to rip my eyes out. So it has been 1 year ago that I've exposed Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Nintendrones were telling me that I was wrong, and look what it costed them. I have like 10 new comments at my Metroid Prime 4 Beyond video telling me I was right all along. Never doubt the king of gaming anyone, you'll regret it sooner or later. So far the Switch 2 is exactly like the Wii U. No games, bad hardware, overpriced products, barely any improvements. This Metroid game didn't do this dying console any favors. A nerdy assistant, Samus riding a bike. Graphics so outdated it could run easily on an GameCube. Facts don't care about your feelings. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond sucks, and all I can say is that I told you so, you fucking idiots. Next up is yet another game I predicted to flop, to be garbage. Known as Ghost of Yotei. Talk about garbage to the max. How does it feel to have no game, Sonny Ponies? Because believe me, Ghost of Yotei didn't help all one bit. Ghost of Yotei is nothing but an unfinished DLC that was too garbage to be put in the first game, so they disguise it as a full game to scam you dumbasses for $70. Whatever you are smoking, you need to set it down. Ghost of Yotei sucks. Boring combat, terrible story, If this is the future of Sony, I want no part of it. Keep your trash-ass Shinobi ripoff. Moving on to my next prey. Next up is the absolute garbage known as Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Kojima just make movies already. Nobody asked for an sequel for this walking simulator. This game is not deep, it's not thought-provoking. I can see the pseudo-writers Kojima Productions has hired. Playing this for more than 5 minutes puts me to sleep. God damn, this sucks. Next up is this overrated garbage known as Art Creators, a terrible marathon wannabe only hyped up by sweaty streamers and no lifes playing this as if it pays them the bills. Why exactly are you all trying to deliberately hype extraction shooters now? I see beyond the billets all and facade that will burst like NFTs. There are so many problems you Art Creators shills just put sand over, and it's disgusting. That could never be Bungie. The last thing we real gamers need is more streamer slop. Go ahead and cry in my comments. Your tears prove my point as clear as day. Battlefield 6 is yet another crumbling failure only losers think would last longer than just a year. How did you all hype this up as the Call of Duty killer while Battlefield 6 already lost half of its players in 3 months? I don't understand how you Battlefield clowns have such an hate boner for Call of Duty yet are perfectly okay that the main staff from Call of Duty is leading this game. Hahaha, you can't make this up. Battlefield will forever be on Call of Duty's shadow even at COD's worst state right now, with Black Ops 7 still better and more famous than Battlefield could ever be. Yap all you want. At least COD players don't play games just for explosion physics. Battlefield 6 is fucking trash, holy cow bruh. Now if you were one of the guys that bought Hollow Knight Silksong literally crashed Steam thanks to the herd of sheep waiting in desperation to consume this garbage, well, you're an idiot. This proves that humanity has lost the plot. Why were you all that hyped up for a mobile game? You all heralded Hollow Knight Silksong as the peak of Metroidvania. Anyone criticizing it should just jigged, and yeah, you Hollow Knight dick suckers are all wrong and you're all stupid. There's no reason for 2D games to exist in this day and age when games like Black Ops 7 has stunning graphics which are infinitely more satisfying to see. I've exposed this 4 years earlier since its release, and guess what? Hollow Knight Silksong faded to obscurity, only loved by bug-fucking gooners wanting its ticket and Hornet. You people disgust me and aren't welcome to my channel. Piss off. Come on, do I really have to explain to you worthless lemmings why fucking NBA 2K26 is awful? No, I won't cry about it. Next, Dune Awakening is yet another MMO for morons with bad taste. I bet half the motherfuckers playing this has no idea what Dune even is all about, which I don't blame them since even I wouldn't dare to read the books that has 3 Bible book-sized lore inside it. By the time you'll reach the last page you'll be a damn skeleton with dust covered all over you. I've seen some gameplay for research purposes. Honestly, I could probably use this to torture my worst enemies. But does it have any entertainment value? Probably not. Next up is a very short expose of the garbage known as Donkey Kong Bonanza. And all I'm gonna say is wow, what a fucking travesty of a game. Is this the best Nintendo can do? First making Mario Kart and boring slugfest, and now in lame ass smashing the environment simulator. This game is exactly made for the same species as Donkey Kong, knuckle-dragging apes. Like you, Donkey Kong will always be better as an villain. It's like making Kane from WWE and good guy. It doesn't fit at the slightest no matter how many times you Nintendrones deny this truth nuke. It's not like I expect knuckle-dragging apes to say anything of value here, so I'll just move on. Next, and finally, we have what'll crown to be the worst industry plant, most underrated garbage of all time, Clarobscur Expedition 33. Where the fuck did all this praise came from? Can they make it less obvious that this artificial hype is actually end stage? Fucking Team Cherry called it. They fucking forfeited not only because Silksong is trash, but because even they knew Claire would take every trophy there is, and oh man were they right. This is the biggest, most obvious industry plant of gaming. We're talking K-pop Demon Hunters. Sabrina Carpenter levels of planning here. You controlled bots be controlling the narrative like,
oh but Claire is the best, they deserve every trophy in existence, best game of the century beat boop.
But does it really? Like looking back at the Game Awards, the writing was all over the room. The developers dressing up as stereotypical French artists. All the awards that got stolen. The last announcer literally has an French accent. How can an quote-unquote indie studio do all of this? No game has ever achieved this. Especially since Clair Obscur was fucking awful. The characters are generic, they use dye for textures. The music made me wanna rip my ears off. It's an cheap fucking Unreal Engine 5 school project, purely made to push some hidden agenda. I bet this is secretly funded by the French government. Hell, the founder of the studios responsible for this garbage Final Fantasy VII clone is literally the son of a millionaire, and the team full of ex-Ubisoft developers. Something is clearly fishy, but if I go any deeper the French elite might try to find me. So the main point is, don't be fooled with all the praise. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 gets, it's fake, just like this trash-ass Final Fantasy ripoff. Now I hope you watching this video have become smarter by now. I do have to say, as an important figure like myself has lots of other important stuff to do, so I will go through the rest without any explanations because 1, y'all don't deserve any, and 2, donate more next time, broke bums. So to start off the list, Sonic Racing Crossworld garbage, Elden Ring Night Terrain no one bought this, Kirby Air Riders flop, The Otherworlds 2 dead on arrival, Borderlands 4 trash, Doom the Dark Ages awful, Elden Scrolls Oblivion Remake mega trash, Silent Hill F terrible, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves irrelevant instantly, Pokemon Legends Z a cringe, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 horrible, Dynasty Warriors Origins is a monstrosity, ferocious bad, Mexican ninja racist as hell. Now that I've disposed the garbage, let's quickly head over to the best ones. Yes, you hear me right. Y'all really think I'm just some pessimistic god that hates everything? Well, newsflash, there are diamonds deep inside the landfills. Now the best games of 2025 are as follows. Recreation, fantastic game, could never get bored of it. Mind's Eye masterpiece that's better than GTA 6. Leaf Blower Co. Awesome game with realistic graphics and addicting gameplay, no need for psychedelics for this one. Call of Duty Black Ops 7, the best Black Ops yet, fantastic game. Looking forward for more collaboration skins. And finally my game of the year, EA Sports FC 26. Just a modern-day Mona Lisa in digital form. Is it that hard to support real games for once instead of munching on slop like the pigs you are? I know you're all below my level and that'll never change, but that doesn't mean you all can improve yourselves and stop ruining gaming with your terrible taste. This God-made video was highly requested because my donors needed guidance from the king. Which I say sure, why not? I really do this gaming thing while y'all just doom scroll on TikTok all day and y'all are the losers trying to discredit me because I called out your favorite game. Where's your trophies then, lad? You're an gamer, right? Show me. If you don't have at least 70 platinum trophies, don't even bother trying to debate someone with royalty status. Again, I really game you fake fraudulent waste man's just LARP. What a pathetic display. I'm just gonna say this right now, next time I want more donations from this, doesn't matter if it 30 people donating, I take that over 400 freeloading bums that have no place in this channel. In 2026 there will be changes, you'll see what it is. But until then I need to collect my 6-figure check. Just king things in it.